We continue to follow breaking news out of Tuolumne County this noon hour. A fire has destroyed a lot of the small gold mining community of Chinese Camp, a historic town. Right now, that fire has burned nearly 6,500 acres in that area. Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Lisa Gonzalez. We're also tracking 3 other active fires burning in just a 20-mile radius. CAL FIRE is now calling all of these small fires together the TCU September Lightning Complex Fire. There are 9 fires that make up this complex of fires, but just 4 are active right now. They're burning in Calaveras, Stanislaus, and Tuolumne counties. You can see this map gives you a good idea of where they are. So far, they've burned nearly 12,000 acres. I believe we're at 11,977 acres. There's also a nearly 3,500 acre fire burning in Calaveras and Stanislaus County. This fire is between Farmington and Telegraph City. As of right now, it is not triggering any evacuations, but we're keeping a close eye on it. Just to the east of that fire is a 910 acre fire burning near Tulloch Lake. And the smallest of the 4 active fires is burning near Vallecito in Calaveras County. It is just over 500 acres. There are both evacuation warnings and orders in place, and you can see the orders are the areas that are in red. The warnings telling people to get a bag packed right now, get your family together. That area is in yellow, so it's quite a big area at this time. Now let's take a live look right now from Live Copter 3 over Tuolumne County, and you can see there's a good amount of smoke in the sky right now, and look at all those blackened areas on the ground where the fire has already burned through all that dry yellow grass that you can see just all spread out over those hills, and you can see just how much has already been charred by this wildfire. Just a lot of light smoke kind of dissipating in the air, not seeing a lot of flames right now, which is a great thing to see, and it looks like the weather conditions are definitely better today for firefighters. But as we zoom in a little bit, you can see this area here where there are structures, and it's hard to pinpoint where this exact location is. If we know this exact location, if you can tell me, that would be great. But it's really hard to make out exactly what we're seeing through all of this smoke right now. There are shelters open for those who are under evacuation orders right now. In Calaveras County, a shelter is set up at Bret Harte High School and Angels Camp on Murphy's Grade Road. They are accepting pets, and livestock can be taken to the Calaveras County Fairgrounds on Frogtown Road. So keep that in mind if you are under those evacuation orders. That's where you can go. In Tuolumne County, residents can go to the Sonora Senior Center on Greenlee Road. They're accepting pets. Livestock and other large animals can be taken to the Mother Lode Fairgrounds on Southgate Drive. We want to get to meteorologist Ophelia Young with a look at the conditions. And I mean, just from the wind that we saw yesterday, Ophelia, now 24 hours later, things seem so much calmer.
So much calmer. We have light winds, and hopefully firefighters can get a good handle on those flames before a Delta breeze picks up, especially today, because that breeze is going to be a little bit stronger tomorrow afternoon. But we're still taking a live look out from our copter here. Speaks volumes, because you could see our photographer trying to zoom into the ground. There still cannot see much because the smoke is just so thick. The haze in the areas where that fire is burning is just so thick. I want to take you back to a replay of the storms from yesterday. It first arrived to the area. You could see the flames there that I've indicated, right straddling the county lines between Calaveras and Tuolumne. The first storms arriving around 5 o'clock yesterday morning. The first fire reported around 6 o'clock in the mornings. A lot of thunder and lightning during those mid-morning hours right around New Melones. And you can tell that the storms just kept hitting the same areas over and over. We even got a cell right around lunchtime there before storm activity moved off into the mountains. But a total of about 12 fires were reported, anywhere from a couple acres to as large as now a few thousand acres. Right now, 4 of those blazes are still active. A total of nearly 12,000 acres burned so far. Like you mentioned, firefighting conditions a little more forgiving today. Those winds are light right out of the southwest. It is a little warmer, though cooler than yesterday. Temperatures right now around the lake where the fires are burning anywhere from 85 to 90 degrees, and that relative humidity is down to about 30%. Now, Delta breeze will pick up later on this afternoon. We'll keep it around 15 miles per hour. They'll calm down for the evening, but like I mentioned, tomorrow's breezes will pick up again and be a little bit stronger than today. So hopefully by then firefighters will have gotten a good handle of these fires, Lisa.
Yeah, hopefully. Ophelia, thank you so much. We'll check back in with you in a little bit. And as we mentioned, fire tore through the historic town of Chinese Camp. KCRA 3's Mike DeSalle toured the town and has the details on the history that was lost and also the reaction to this devastating loss.
If you've ever driven Highway 120 through Chinese Camp, you've seen this, the old Fellow Hall. This morning, after yesterday's fire, a burned out shell of what this used to be a historic building and a fire that raced through here.
You couldn't outrun it. It was noisy. It was a firestorm. The wind, creates its own wind. And it was a storm, blowing ash in your eyes, hot ash all over.
Bill Penrose survived this fire. He stayed at his home and witnessed the strength of this fire as it burned through this historic town. Homes along Main Street and its cross streets, Red Hill, Maiden, Curry, Washington, destroyed dozens of homes, several along 120. Also destroyed by fire. But it is this building that perhaps most symbolic of all of this town of Chinese Camp, the post office, an old stage stop dating back to 1854. And while its brick facade still stands, much of the rest of this building and its history burned.
Oh, it's a shame. It's just a crying shame. Like I say, the first of all was the people that lost everything. There's a lot of good people in town here, my heart goes out to them. I was lucky. Like I say, from me on up, it's gone. This is what you have, what's left. And I just don't have the words for it.
And again, while much of the history of this old mining town destroyed in this fire, there are two significant structures still standing. The old Chinese Camp School, untouched by fire, as well as the St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church and Cemetery right across the street from this old historic stage stop. In Chinese Camp, Tuolumne County, Mike DeSalle, KCRA 3 News.
Wow, it really gives you a perspective of everything that was lost. And now we want to show you, Mike was on the ground, but now we want to take you up above in the sky so we can get a bird's eye view. This is a live look from Livecopter 3. Now we have just arrived over Chinese Camp, and you can see just what's left of some of those structures, and it's not much at all, just an outline, a burn scar, an outline of the buildings that were standing there before in this historic mining town. One of the buildings that is really destroyed, even though the brick facade is there, it's that old post office, which was a stage stop dating back to 1854. And again, this was right around the time that gold was discovered, and this was a mining town, a very historic town. And as you heard, that man who lives there said, this is just a crying shame. I couldn't think of any better words. So sad to see so much lost. You could see the outlines of those cars that were burned out. And it's still kind of a dark picture because there still is a little bit of smoke in the area. But the good news is those winds have died down, and so the smoke, though, is taking a little bit longer to dissipate as it kind of wafts into the sky there. But look at that. I mean, there's just kind of an outline, a shell left of what maybe was a structure. You can just kind of see where the foundations were of these homes in Chinese Camp in Tuolumne County. Maybe we can zoom out a little bit more. Maybe we'll see where the two buildings that did survive, that would be the schoolhouse that survived, and then the St. Francis Church and Cemetery that did survive. Everything else is pretty much a total loss. Again, this is right along Highway 120, and we're right over Red Hills Road, giving you this first exclusive look from Livecopter 3. On the left of your screen, you can see where there are a bunch of structures that did survive. They look almost untouched by the fire, which this is the most interesting thing about fire, is just how it touches some areas, then it moves around and it goes to, and some buildings are left untouched and then other buildings are burned to the ground. So it's really hard to tell why. Sometimes it has to do with the weather, but you can see they've got a good amount of defensible space around some of those structures there in the left middle of your screen. And you never know. It just depends on what's happening at that time and how hot the fire is, how hot the flames are. But you can see it just almost looks deserted now because, they're just doing the mop up and the assessment. And so many people did lose their homes, as we heard from that man that lives there and has lived there for quite some time. Look at this on the right of Curry Street. I mean, it just looks charcoal black on the right there of Curry Street. Man, it is hard to see all of this and just such a huge loss for this little town and a very tight-knit community, as he said, and he said just really good people that live in this part of Tuolumne County. We do have some areas that are still under mandatory evacuations. This stretches from Don Pedro Reservoir through Chinese Camp to Montezuma and Yosemite Junction. These warnings that you see highlighted in yellow include courts south of Jamestown. A shelter is open right now at the Sonora Senior Center. They are accepting pets. Animal control is on the scene, so be aware of that. Hopefully you have a leash for your pet. Livestock and other large animals can be taken to the Motherlode Fairgrounds on Southgate Drive. So those options are available for you if you have evacuated. Now, during this fire season, it's really important to have a go bag ready to go. It can make all the difference when disaster strikes or when there's a fire like this. Officials recommend having essentials ready to go like prescriptions or medications, a change of clothes, extra sunglasses or contact lenses if you need them, a first aid kit, a flashlight, a battery-powered radio with extra batteries, as well as chargers for any electronics. Pet owners should also have leashes, kennels, pet food, and water, bottled water, obviously, and maybe little bowls for the pets, and bottled water for yourself, maybe some snacks. Those are the things I like to have in my to-go bag. Let's get it back over to meteorologist Ophelia Young with a look at how the air quality has been impacted by this. And even though it's great, Ophelia, that we don't have the wind for firefighters, the downside of that is that the smoke's not moving out of here.
That's true. We have a little bit of smoke that's pushing all of that wind, pushing all of that smoke into the foothills, but then nothing strong enough to take it out of the foothills. And because it's just bunching up there, people up and down dealing with bad air quality. I want to show you this camera here in Pine Hill. This is in the higher terrain east of Folsom Lake. You could see the milky and hazy skies all the way down to the surface. This area with air quality, even though it looks disgusting, only moderate to unhealthy, but as you work your way down south through the foothills, that air quality becomes terrible. We're talking the foothills east of Stockton and Modesto, very bad air. And that is because of not just the fires that are burning from the complex, they're getting a double whammy because smoke from the Garnet fire that's still burning in Fresno County is drifting up. That is combined with the smoke that is coming out of the complex, and the winds continue to push it up the foothills. It looks like sometime in the mid-afternoon, early evening hours, the winds will pick up a bit and spread that smoke all around. We might even get some of that smoke drifting into the valley this evening and overnight before this smoke forecast model says it'll move off into the Sierra on Friday. So heads up if you're going to be in the mountains this weekend. If you're going to be in the Sierra, you could be dealing with some bad air quality as well. Now, if you have respiratory issues, or even if you don't, going outside and smelling smoke, here's some actions to take. Keep your windows closed. Avoid using a swamp cooler because that brings in the dirty air from the outside. What you want to use instead is hopefully an air conditioning unit. If you have that, change out the filters. That should keep the air inside your home healthy as you recirculate it. And also don't use a vacuum during these times because that could also mix up the particulates in the air in your home. Lisa.
All right, they're very good advice, especially if you are at high risk with breathing issues. Ophelia, thank you so much. We'll continue to follow these fires and the evacuations. We appreciate your help with the coverage. Please upload your photos or videos if you have them, and you can find the latest information on the KCRA 3 app or go to kcra.com.